This week on TechRap, we travel to Berlin, Germany for Samsung Unpacked Episode 2 and IFA 2013. Yahoo gets a new logo and Android gets a new flavor. And we give you a hands-on review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 3 and its companion accessory, the Galaxy Gear smartwatch.
Hi, I'm Michael Josh, and this is TechRap, your weekly source for tech news, gadget reviews, app recommendations, and social media tips. We're here in Berlin, Germany to cover two events, Samsung's Unpacked Episode 2 and IFA 2013, an annual consumer electronics show. It's been a big week in technology, and we're excited to share it with you. Let's start with something new, shall we? Yahoo unveils a new logo.
After constantly changing their logo in August as part of their 30 days of change to show their, quote, renewed sense of purpose and progress, Yahoo finally reveals their new logo. Yahoo releases a video showing how the new logo was crafted. In their announcement, Yahoo says they wanted it to stay true to their roots, whimsical, purple, and with an exclamation point. The new logo gains underwhelming reactions on social media. Some say it's too dry and that they prefer the older logo.
What do you think of the new logo? Let us know on Twitter using the hashtag TechRap. Speaking of something new, Android announces a new flavor of its operating system, the chocolate treat we all know and love, KitKat.
Yes, the latest version of Android will be named Android KitKat 4.4. Google's head of Android and Chrome Sundar Pichai announces the company has breached the 1 billion Android activations milestone. Pichai also mentions the new statue on the Google campus, a version of the Android mascot that looks like a KitKat bar. KitKat also releases a video parody of Apple's product information videos, with KitKat chief Greg's officer describing why KitKat 4.4 is, quote, the future of confectionery.
Because when we set out to create confectionery perfectionery by designing the perfect chocolate bar, we nailed it first time.
Nokia quickly reacts on Android's latest version. On its German Twitter account, Nokia posts a photo with KitKat's slogan, have a break, have a ... followed by an image of a broken Samsung smartphone.
A bit witty, but not very classy, if you ask me. More on Nokia, the Finnish company, once known as the king of the mobile phone industry, announces it's selling its mobile phone unit to Microsoft.
The sale, which amounts to 5.4 billion euros or $7.17 billion, grants Microsoft a 10-year non-exclusive license to its patents. Nokia says it will focus on network infrastructure and services, saying it is, quote, the best path forward for Nokia and its shareholders. Nokia was longtime global leader in mobile phone making, but has been overtaken by rivals Samsung and Apple.
Following the sale of Nokia's mobile unit, Blackberry, which recently formed a committee looking to grow the company's value, may be looking to be sold soon.
The Wall Street Journal reports the company, formerly known as Research in Motion, wants to hold an auction which aims to sell the company by November this year. The report says Blackberry has already held preliminary talks with interested buyers. A member of Blackberry's board of directors says the company is also looking into selling pieces of itself. An earlier report says Blackberry is also looking into turning its messenger service into a separate company.
On my wrists is the new Samsung Galaxy Gear smartwatch they've developed to be a companion product to their lineup of Galaxy phones. So let me just show you some of the features. You can see here are speaker grills and actually a microphone for you to answer calls. If I can turn over, let me show you that. That is the 4 megapixel camera that is built into the device. All you have to do is really swipe down, which brings up the camera, and let's see if we can focus at that guy over there, and then all you have to do is press there and it will take the photo face. Now if you don't like the clock face, and I know a lot of you are picky about how the clock face appears on their phone, all you have to do is launch the Samsung Galaxy Gear companion product. So for example, there you go, let's load that, and you have a menu here called clocks. And what happens is you can actually change the clock face. Let's do this kind of clock. I think that's cool. And there you go, in a cool Rappler orange kind of face. Another function which I find interesting is the Find My Watch setting. Now you click that and click Start. You see here, the Galaxy Gear starts buzzing, telling you or giving you the location of your watch, at least so you can find it audibly. And I hear that Find My Watch setting can also be used the other way around. I tried to make some calls earlier, so I know Ben Hopkins is the number I need to call. There you go, Ben Hopkins. Let's call Ben. And if you take a look over there on the Note 3, we're actually calling Ben using the dialer on this phone. So a very, very, very interesting way of using the smartwatch. So there you have it, folks. This is the Samsung Galaxy Gear smartwatch. Hey everyone, I'm wearing something new because it's day one of IFA and we're here outside Messe Berlin to take a look at some of the finest new gadgets on display. Let's take a look around. Follow me. Our first stop on our tour of IFA is the Sony booth where we have their latest flagship smartphone, the Xperia Z1. I have here the original Xperia Z, which we also reviewed on TechRap a few episodes back. Now, if you take a look at both phones side by side, there are some slight changes. The original Xperia Z had a rubberized frame to it, and the new Xperia Z1 has a new aluminum frame. They do feel about the same in terms of width, but I feel like this aluminum frame gives the new Xperia Z1 a more premium feel to it. Also, if you put them side by side, you'll notice that the new Xperia Z1 is slightly taller over here. That's because they put in a 5-inch screen, a full HD screen with what they call it, a triluminous display that has more vibrant colors. Let me give the phone back to the owner, and as I discuss some of the specs of this phone, the phone comes with a 2.2 gigahertz processor, 2 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of storage, expandable if you put in a micro SD card into the micro SD card slot. Now, I complained a lot about photo quality on the original Xperia Z. The new Xperia Z1 has a major improvement, and I think it's really the feature that Sony has been touting, a new G lens with what they call a G lens that shoots better photos and a 20.7 megapixel camera. Let's take their word for it, better photos on the Xperia Z1 compared to the Xperia Z. This phone is also water resistant. It retails for 650 euros. That's almost $900 and should be available in some markets as early as the last week of September 2013. Okay, our second stop is still here at Sony. There's one more thing I want to show you, or two more things. I know this looks like a DSLR lens, and in a way it is, but it's also a camera at the same time. Sony released two of them. This is the QX10, this is the QX100. They both differ in terms of specs. This one has a Sony G lens, similar to what we saw on the Xperia Z1. This one actually has a better lens, a Carl Zeiss lens. This one shoots at 10 times optical zoom. This one 4 times optical zoom. This one shoots 18.2 megapixel images. This one 20.2 megapixel images. Now, like I said, they're cameras, not just lenses. So they're actually standalone cameras. But why would I need a smartphone like the Xperia Z? Only as a viewfinder. Now, don't worry, it works on a host of different devices. Any Android smartphone that has Wi-Fi or NFC connectivity will work. It also works with iOS. Okay, we're here at the Samsung booth where we'll take a look at some of their new products. The first one I want to show you is a new color laser printer that has NFC functionality. NFC stands for Near Field Communication, and basically what it allows you to do is to be able to print photos and files from your mobile phone all with a tap. And I'm here with my friend Bianca. Say hello, Bianca. We're trying to print a document now, and I'll show you how it works. Okay, so let's give it a shot. All you have to do is tap the back of your phone where the NFC chip is located, which is right here on the Galaxy S4. and then tap it onto the top of the printer like so. So let's give it a shot. So we're tapping. It automatically launches the print application, which now you can choose if you want to print from your gallery, print from your camera, print from Google Drive, even your documents, emails, and even web pages. And you can even print from Facebook. So you can also actually use the app to scan and fax documents straight into your smartphone. Today I just want to show you printing from the gallery. Let me click here. Earlier I took a shot of Bianca over here. So this is the shot that we took earlier. Now you can actually dive into the settings and really change the settings. For example, you want to change the image size. I want a full page, so I'll keep it like that. And then I want to use the A4 size paper. That's great as well. And say I wanted to edit the photo, I could also do so by tapping on it. I could crop it a little bit, maybe. Yeah, let's crop the headroom on Bianca over there and save. Okay, all I have to do now is press print. And there you go. It will connect to the device. I don't even need to be physically near the device as long as I've authenticated using NFC at the start of the process. And after a few minutes, here we have the finished product, Bianca, printed wirelessly using the NFC laser printer from Samsung. Okay, after walking what feels like a whole day, we're here at Samsung's booth. And I have right here its recently announced smartphone and phablet, the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. In a recent article I wrote on Rappler.com, I named the Note 3 as Samsung's best smartphone to date. And I have 3 reasons why I believe so. Number 1, power. This beast of a smartphone runs off a 2.3 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon processor and an unprecedented 3 gigabytes of RAM. That's more RAM found on any smartphone available in the market today. So that's power. Number 2, camera. If you recall on TechRap, we reviewed the Samsung Galaxy S4's camera, which is a winner in our smartphone camera shootout. They brought that 13 megapixel shooter to the Note 3. This is the same camera, but unlike the S4, the S3 can actually shoot 4K video. In layman's terms, that's more high quality video than full HD. And number 3, design. You know, you've heard me countless times talk about how I do not like the plasticky back of Samsung smartphones, and Samsung actually did something about it with the release of the Note 3. If you look at the back of this phone, it's actually made of faux leather, almost like leather, and with a little bit of stitching on the side of the phone. If you ask me, that really makes this phone stand out, looks great, and feels great as well. And that was TechRap. For news and updates, don't forget, follow Rappler.com on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Google+. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, send emails to TechRap@Rappler.com, and join our conversation on social media using the hashtag TechRap. That's all for this week, folks. From Berlin, Germany, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.